Sunfish HR Service has on-duty setting menu, which configures the on-duty purpose type, allowance category and allowance item. If a user is creating an on-duty request, those items have to be configured in advance. Let's start with the configuration of on-duty allowance category. Go to Setting, Time Attendance Setting, On-Duty Setting, and choose On-Duty Allowance category. You will see the records of allowance category. Add a new allowance category by clicking on the plus button. When the app page appears, type in the code. The code can be in numbers or letters, or both. Then, type in the name. It can be typed in 2 languages. When done, you can abort adding a new category by clicking Cancel, or save the allowance category by clicking Submit. It will then appear on the records. To edit the allowance category, click on the link in Category Code column. You can edit the name only. At the bottom of the page, the Delete button is provided to allow user to delete the allowance category. If you have any update, click Submit. But if there is no update, click Cancel. Continue to the next configuration. Go to Setting, Time Attendance Setting, On-Duty Setting, On-Duty Purpose menu. After that, you will see the records of on-duty purpose type. This is created to notify the company about the reason an employee has to be on duty. To add a new purpose type, click on the plus button. Then, type in the code. Afterwards, type in the name. It can be typed in 2 languages. Choose the allowance. The allowance is not required to be chosen since it can be configured when you are configuring the on-duty allowance item. But, if you want to select the allowance here, you can select all items. Or select an item or multiple items using CTRL plus mouse click. Then, move the selection to the right box. To remove the selection, use this button. Choose the attendance status. At last, if you want to return to the previous page without adding a new purpose type, click Cancel. But if you want to save it, click Submit. Then, it will appear on the records list. To edit the purpose type, click on the code link. You can modify the fields as you want, except the code field. At the bottom of the page, you will see 3 buttons. Click Submit to update the changes. Click Delete to delete the on-duty purpose type. Click Cancel to return to the previous page without making any changes. Lastly, go to Setting, Time Attendance Setting, On-Duty Setting, and choose On-Duty Allowance Item. Afterwards, you will see the allowance item records. These items appeared on the Selection in On-Duty Purpose Type menu. To add a new allowance item, click the plus button. Then, type in the code. It can be in numbers or letters, or both. Type in the name of the allowance item. You can type the name in 2 languages. Choose the type from the selection box. Choose the currency. Choose the allowance category. Continue by selecting the purpose type that you have created. By selecting the purpose type here, the allowance item will automatically included in the selected on-duty purpose type. Then, type in the formula. When done, you will see 2 buttons at the bottom of the page. Click Cancel to return to the previous page. Click Submit to save changes. It will then appear on the records. To edit the allowance item, click on the item code link. The page is similar to the app page, yet you cannot modify the code only. However, there is an additional button provided here, which is the Delete button. It allows you to delete the allowance item. If you have an update, you can click Submit to save it. If not, click Cancel to return to the previous page. Finally, you will be able to configure the on-duty setting by yourself.